Pops, guys, and we're back. I had to change the setup, just for today, but oh, trust me, on tomorrow it will go back to being the way that you guys usually see it. Uh, Forgive me real quick as I kind of adjust some things here. I know you guys are looking like, man, hold up now. Sorry about that one. I just need to adjust some things. All right. So there we go. So sorry about that one. But guys, we are back. We're back. We're back. We're back. I hope you guys had a good spring break because I know I did. Like I say, we had a little get together on yesterday, so that's why you guys kind of see me. I had to, rearrange the whole thing. But without further ado, we're here. We're here. So look, this is the question, and this is the question that I posted on Twitter on yesterday. And man, I got so much feedback on this, man. I got a lot more feedback in what I thought I was going to get back. Agent persuasion. Will I be at the spring game? Yes, I will be there. So I got a lot of feedback that I was not expecting, and I maybe got some feedback that felt like probably shouldn't have been some feedback. But anywho, man, with that being said, this is what happened. So within that feedback, I keep on saying this, and I will say it over and over again. And guys, please excuse these cards all in the camera. I'm so sorry about that one, but this is what I will continue to say because I have no clue on how they find me like that. So I'm expressing something on Twitter yesterday, in which was a good topic, by the way. You know what I mean? So it was a good topic, and I thank everybody who engaged in it. This is what happened. So I posted, can Texas A&M football do the unthinkable and dethrone the Blue Bloods, the Alabama Crimson Tide, and take over the SEC? Will this be the year of the quarterbacks or the wide receivers and running backs? Can we go either undefeated, 11-1, or 10-2? Man, I got the most feedback from, everybody. I think it was about 80% Texas fans in the comments everywhere. Once again, I don't know where these guys come from, nor do I know how they much caught that post. Saw that post. One of the guys that commented on it was Kyle Umlag, and I believe I'm pronouncing his name right. And you guys know that's one of the most annoying dudes on Twitter. That's a Texas fan. I believe he wrote a book on Texas A&M and stuff like that, which is really, really crazy to me. But I believe he wrote a book on Texas A&M and talked about the losses or something they was having and stuff like that, man. But anywho, he commented immediately when he commented. Everybody followed him. And that was a wrap. That's that. I woke up this morning and they're still going at it. They're still going at it. But anywho, man, so that was the question. Can Texas A&M football do the unthinkable? Can they do the unthinkable this year and dethrone Alabama in the SEC West? So this is what I mean when I say, can we dethrone Alabama and win the SEC? That does not mean can we just only beat Alabama and no other teams. Because I'm noticing that a lot of you guys are dropping in the comments and saying things of, well, we can't just worry about Alabama. We have to worry about, all the other teams. Like Alabama, I'm not worried about. It's the Mississippi schools and LSU. So dethroning Alabama doesn't mean just beating Alabama. When I say dethrone Alabama and win the SEC West, what are you guys really thinking that I'm just really talking about? You guys cannot be serious and think I'm just saying, oh, we just need to beat Alabama. That way we dethrone them from. No, you have to beat Alabama and then some. The thing about the SEC is this here. When you dethrone one person that's been owning the conference for years, just like LSU, when you dethrone that certain program, you have to go through other programs to continue to win the conference. Not only the conference, because the SEC has divisions. You have to continuously win in the SEC West in general to claim the division. Okay, so that is what I mean when I say dethrone. Can we dethrone them? In my honest opinion and answer, yes, we can. We can dethrone them. Hell, we should have dethroned them on last year. But it just didn't happen. This year, I promise you, it says something totally different for me, in my perspective. I'm seeing a lot of you guys say, oh, no, A&M won't go even. No, you know what? I see a lot of you guys saying 10-2 is the ceiling. Why do you guys think 10-2 is the ceiling? Please be honest with me. Because from what I know and from what I've seen, man, we got some of the best talent we've ever had on an A&M campus playing football, period. So I really need to know, why do you guys think that 10-2 is only the ceiling? 10-2 is not the ceiling. 10-2 is the floor. That's at worst. I'm not saying no 9-3. I'm not saying no 8-4. I'm not saying no 8-4. Don't be afraid to call me out. Pura vida. I don't even much know who you are. He was said don't be. I don't even much know who that young man is. But anyways, man, we're not going no 9-3. We're not going no 8-4. We may go 10-2. At best, undefeated. I did not say that to end the season. I said at best undefeated and win the SEC West. You know, and make it to the SEC title game. But at worst, I'm saying 10-2. Now, if we're just having a BS season, which is a bullshit season, then yes, it's going to be 8-4. Excuse me for 1 second. Pura vida, laugh out loud, we're battling out with the Sips on Twitter this morning. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Yeah. So we're battling out with the Sips. Yeah. So shout out to him, man. Look, Longhorn fan. This is why I tell all you guys, when I come in those mentions like that, man, leave it alone. Keep on going. Leave it alone and continue to go, because what they will do is keep on going back and forth with you. I'm sorry. I do not have that much time in the day to continuously go back and forth like that on Twitter. You know, I'll say a couple of things, and then pretty much after that, man, I have to go ahead and go on. You know, and we have to get to the podcast. Lil Uchi 721, did you go to the basketball game on Saturday? No, I did not. And please forgive me, because I'm talking about football in the middle of an NIT tournament that A&M is completely dominated. So what's going on will not go unnoticed. I will talk about that on Wednesday, on the day of the game. All right. So please just be sitting back and watch for that video, in which this game is going to be free, by the way, again. Thanks to the athletic director. So, you know, hey man, you guys have to stick around for that, because I believe that A&M probably will be the first team to win that NIT tournament in dominant fashion. That's me. That's what I believe. But no, I did not go to the game on Saturday. I had something to do at the house. That's why you see a lot of things moved around here. But so 8-4 is for the BS season, okay? And I'm going to leave it at that. What I have in mind for this season is 11-1. 11-1. I really have undefeated, to be honest with you. But if we do not go undefeated, it will be 11-1 or 10-2. My whole deal is that I don't know where the second loss will come from. I know where the first loss will probably come from. It will be Alabama, because we're playing in Tuscaloosa. Where will the second loss be? It cannot be Ole Miss. I'm sorry. I do not believe in that. I understand Lane Kiffin got us the first time. And to be honest with you, that game should have been way worse than what the score turned out to be. That's the only reason why I say it can't be Ole Miss. Until Lane Kiffin gets a defense that I can actually respect, and then we'll go on from there. All right, but Lane Kiffin lost the guy that he lost his quarterback and lost key other pieces. So I'm not going to say it's going to be Ole Miss. I see somebody say I doubt it if it's LSU. I would not say it would be LSU because of the simple fact that if any of you guys do not know, Jimbo Fisher owns LSU at Kyle Field. Okay, so I'm just go ahead and let that be known. A lot of LSU fans don't like that. I understand the record that you guys have against us. Okay, whoop-de-doo, you can have that record, carry it on. But we are undefeated at home against LSU. I totally believe in Jimbo Fisher when it comes to playing LSU at home. That's just me. That will not be where the second loss comes. Arkansas, okay, all right. But do we really believe that Arkansas is going to beat us again? I'm for one that will say that loss will not come to Arkansas. Auburn, no. Why? Because we have one of the best records in the SEC West when it comes to playing Auburn at their home field. I have no clue how that happened, but we have one of the best records in the SEC West when it comes to playing those guys over there at Auburn. So I don't believe it'll be Auburn. Mississippi State, no, I'm not believing in that. I understand the quarterback, Will Rogers, in which I believe he will be a great quarterback, by the way. I believe he'll probably be one of the best Mississippi State quarterbacks that has came through there since Dak Prescott. But how many of you guys believe in Mike Leach? Let's be honest. Okay, then. So, no, Will Rogers, no. So, once again, where's the other loss going to come from? Where's it going to come from? The game that I would tell you guys to watch out for, and you guys really, really need to listen to me when I say this. South Carolina. That is the only team where I can see that may be a second loss. It will be a total upset, to be honest with you, but I've been paying attention to South Carolina. South Carolina has our names scheduled every year. They have that game scheduled. They have that game circled every year, man. Every year they have that game circled, just like how Arkansas did. I honestly believe that South Carolina will be the sleeper this year. Shane Beamer, I'm not going to act like he's an elite coach, but he's a pretty good coach, especially after what he did without a real quarterback, behind center. But I do believe that game will be sold out, and because of the impact of the fans in that stadium in South Carolina, I know for sure that it will be loud. So that may just impact a lot of things. Now, going off talent-wise, okay, we all know that A&M has better talent than South Carolina will ever have, okay? We all know that we have the better coach. We have the better coaches with an S. But there's something about South Carolina this year that I'm really, really looking at, man. If we go into that game and South Carolina is maybe only lost about 2 games and we've lost like 1, to their 2 or whatever, that game will be on CBS. It will be or it will be on ESPN as a primetime game. Once again, that will be the only loss that I can see us. That will be the only second loss that I can see us losing to, and it's because we play in South Carolina. Okay, we play them at their home field. They're going to have home field advantage, and it's going to be dangerous. Those fans are going to be really, really rowdy. I know what I'm telling you guys, and that's something that we have to really, really watch for. Okay, but that would be the only thing. Miami, no, that's not a loss to me. That would not happen at all. So this is what I do know. The reason why I said that, can they dethrone, can they do the unthinkable and dethrone them? I'm hearing so many good reviews about that wide receiver core, in which this is the position that we're watching heavily. Okay? Offensive line, yes. Quarterback, yes. Mainly wide receiver. Only because of the simple fact of that we have not seen that much good of wide receiver play in years after year after year. We have not seen a dominant wide receiver on the field. Anaya Smith, okay, but Anaya Smith is like a hybrid on offense, man. He can play anywhere except offensive line and tight end. He can play anywhere else on the field. We need to see a dominant threat in the passing game. The tight end position, I hear you saying, what about tight end? Baylor Cup will take over that position. I have no doubt about it in my mind that Baylor Cup will excel in that position. Understand we have not seen Baylor Cup ever play, but I have faith in Baylor Cup, and I have faith that he's natural to that position. His only thing is, can he stay healthy? Okay? Can he stay healthy? Excuse me. But the wide receiver position is the one that we're mostly watching. When I go to this spring game, I'm going to be watching that position once again and seeing what can we really do. From what I'm hearing about spring practice, from what I'm hearing, in which they have kicked it back off today too because they were off last week because of spring break, Evan Stewart, I believe, will be a day one starter. And I'm going to say this once again for everybody in the back, for all the people in the back that's listening. I believe Evan Stewart will be a day one starter. Of course, he still has to learn and stuff like that, but I believe the young man has learned the playbook way faster than probably any wide receiver that Jimbo Fisher has ever coached. And that's a bold statement. Once again, I will say this again for the people in the back that fails to listen to anything that anybody just said. Evan Stewart will most likely be a day one starter. Don't ask me what side of the field he's going to play on. I do not know that part yet. Evan Stewart may just play in the slot, for all we know. But I believe Evan Stewart will be a day one starter. I told you guys when a young man was recruited, and even when he had committed to Texas, I had watched him. I told you guys when a young man was recruited, that was a guy that I really, really wanted. I have not been that hyped behind the wide receiver since the Demons. And this is the reason why I wanted Evan Stewart to be an Aggie so much so he could be on the side of the Demons when they played. Once again, I will not get into, the Demons situation. That's over and done with. But Evan Stewart will be the key factor into this season, man. Y'all have to believe me when I tell y'all this. You have to believe me on that. This will be the guy that a lot of you all have to watch in the spring game. Because they will consistently throw the ball to his side. All right? They will throw the ball to his side. And if he's coming down with catches over guys like our cornerback that was committed, like Bobby Taylor and others, as well as Denver Harris. If he's making incredible catches on Denver Harris, that further lets me know everything I need to know. And that further lets you all know everything y'all need to know. Don't get me wrong. It's only spring ball before anybody comes on here and say anything. But I've been watching spring ball for years. And whatever I watch, that lets me know how I'm going to project the season that's coming up. I promise you, if Haynes King wouldn't have got hurt, this team would have been probably like 10-2 or something. This team would have already won 10 games last year. I'm telling you all what I know. Mississippi State would have not been a loss. You guys can say what you want to. Mississippi State would have not been a loss. Okay? Arkansas would have not been a loss. You can say what you want to on that. Arkansas only scored 20 points on us. All right? In which 17 of those points came in like what? I believe the first half, I believe, or something like that. If I'm not mistaken. Either the first half or the first 3 quarters. Then they got like a field goal in the next half. So you guys can say what you want to, man. But I know for sure if Haynes King would have started, man, that game would have. Anyways, we're not going to talk about that. That's in the past. But this will be most likely the starting lineup. And I'm looking at somebody right now saying Moose, Smith, Stewart should be the starters. That's not going to happen. I'm just going to tell you that right now. That will not happen. The starters will be Caleb Chapman. He will be one of them, in which I do not mind Caleb Chapman starting. Anaya Smith will be one of them, in which I don't mind him starting as well. And the next guy may just be Moose Muhammad. You know? And then shortly after that, on the next starting lineup, will be Evan Stewart. It will be Chase Lane, but I believe Chase Lane will be on the first team offense, as Chase Lane is always a third down threat. In my honest opinion, and from what I've seen him do over his years, he's always been like a third down threat. So you got to put Chase Lane in there. Okay, so what about others? Where does everybody else fit at? Chris Marshall will play a little bit this season, but then again, I think Chris Marshall may just take a red shirt. Okay, so you guys got to be prepared for that. Chris may just take a red shirt and say, Coach, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and accept my little red shirt. I'm good. I didn't get here on time, things of that nature, so I'm gonna just sit on out. I believe he may just take it. May not, because of the talent that he has. But he may just take a red shirt and focus on something else as of right now, although I believe he will be in there. Okay, so I'm just giving you guys a heads up on it. All right. Excuse me. I believe Ezekiel Jones is still here. I honestly believe, man, if Ezekiel Jones doesn't come out and literally take somebody's position, I believe the young man will transfer. Another guy who I cannot forget about is Jalen Preston, who is one of my favorite wide receivers. He may be in the starting lineup. Maybe. It's a big maybe for him. He may be either in that first team or second team rotation, man. But look, this wide receiver room, they're challenging each other. Who's going to be the better man? All right. The quarterback room. A lot of you guys are concerned about. I'm not concerned about the quarterback, because I already know who the starter is going to be. It's going to be Haynes King. It's not going to be Max Jones. You guys got to stop saying that. Once again, it will not be Max Jones. It will not be Connor Wing. However, they will challenge each other. They will challenge each other. And they will challenge each other hard. And this is the reason why Jimbo Fisher went out and got all those guys. So they can come in and challenge each other like that. But I'm not worried about that position. Offensive line, I believe they'll be good. There's nothing for me to speak about offensive line. Defensive line, I'm not even much going to get into that. Things of that nature. But I do believe that we can dethrone Alabama and we can win against other opponents in the SEC West. Now, of course, people outside of the SEC West and even people inside the SEC West ain't going to believe a darn thing I didn't just say. Because they all on the hand, we got to see it. Okay, well, we got to see Jimbo Fisher's offense. And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They kills me with all of that, but they're going to continue to say that. You guys want to see the same thing we want to see. We know that Jimbo can do it. You all even much know that Jimbo can do it. The problem is that you guys don't want to believe it. All right? You don't want to believe it because you guys know when it happens, then that's going to be a wrap. It's going to be one of those things, okay, well, hey, man, we have finally broken the barrier and we've made it. We have made it. Understand that this team last year, the reason why they couldn't dethrone them was because they finally had a target on their back. They had a target on their back to say, well, you guys are the winning program, Not to say that we're Alabama and LSU, but you guys went 9-1 in 2020, and you guys are ranked in the top 10. So if we beat you, we know that that's going to make us look good, and et cetera, et cetera. This is the target that Alabama deals with, and this is the target that LSU deals with every year. Every year. The problem is that A&M doesn't deal with that target. That's one of our first times really dealing with that target since 2013 Johnny Manziel era. That's really one of our first time. But then again, I take it back to even when Kenny Hill was playing, we was top 10 and we blew out South Carolina like that. We were looked at hard, man. So these are the targets that these kids, not only kids, but the coaches have to deal with. And we have to continue to go. Next year, this year that's coming up, we will have another target on our back because we're already slated to be in the top 10. We're already slated to be ranked in the top 10, man, in which the rankings don't matter crowd, in which I can't stand because the rankings don't matter crowd is almost the same crowd as the stars don't matter crowd, in which is a lie. It is completely a lie. Stars do matter, rankings matter, and we're going to keep on going from there, okay? So we will have a target on our back that was way bigger than before because we had the number 1 recruiting class. Yes, they want to beat us, people. And there's a lot of people that want us to lose, but then again, there's a lot of people that want us to win. And these guys aren't even much A&M fans. They just want to see some new blood already. All right, so hopefully we can give it to them this season, just like I know we can. So before I get up out of here, of course, some recruiting news. As you guys already knew, 2023 4-star quarterback Eli Holston decommitted from Texas A&M on last week. Now, he was saying the reason why he decommitted was because of coaching changes. I have no clue what coaching changes he's talking about. I have not heard anything. I have not heard that it's a new quarterback coach, a new offense coordinator, any of that. So I'm not sure if what Eli is talking about. Of course, he knows more of the inside of the program than what I do. So I'm going to leave that up to him and, his coaching changes that he knows about. Because obviously we don't, nor do I. So, I mean, hey, we're just going to leave it at that. However, Texas A&M has now offered 5-star quarterback, 2023 5-star quarterback, number 6 in the country, by the way, Dante Moore. Dante Moore is from Detroit, Michigan. And he goes to Martin Luther King High School. I was watching a little bit on him, watching a little bit of film. The guy looks sharp, man. He looks really, really sharp. So we have now added our name to the 40 scholarship mix that he already has. He has about 40 offers. Now, do I think that we can get Dante Moore? I honestly do. Although we already have a stacked quarterback room, that does not say anything because what you continue to do is just add competition. All right, regardless if those guys transfer out and go somewhere else. Some of the guys, due to the program and the coaches, they will stay and they will, work it all the way out. So just know if we do get Dante Moore, he will be a part of the 2023 class, in which I do think that we can actually get. Now, is it a long shot? Looking at it from right now, it is pretty long because we're so late to the party. But I do believe that we can actually get this guy. He's a number 3 quarterback in the class. Like I said, number 6 nationally. And he's a highly, highly rated 5-star recruit. Understand that if we was to sign him as a quarterback, I want to say that would probably be one of our highest quarterbacks ever that we've recruited in program history. So that would be game changing. Not only for Jimbo Fisher, but for the college football landscape. Because as of right now, Tennessee has signed their very first 5-star quarterback since 2002, they said. If I'm looking at those statistics right. 5-star quarterback Nico, I'm not going to pronounce the last name. You guys already know who. But he has committed to Tennessee. Congrats to the Volunteers. I believe the Volunteers will finally be up there and ready to compete with the likes of Georgia and Florida. Okay, and South Carolina, who, by the way, also has a 5-star recruit quarterback that probably will come out after this year. But then again, he may just come back for his senior year and finish it on out then. But Tennessee has found their game changer, in which I I honestly believe that will be the game changer for them, and that will make the SEC East very, very competitive now. For the longest, we've been watching the SEC West just dominate the competition. Uh, but it is time for somebody to step up to Georgia and Florida and show them that, hey, they're not the only programs over there. Kentucky is doing it, but Kentucky is a quarterback away as well. All right. So that is all I have for you guys. I love all of you. Please continue to tune in. I will most likely not do a show on tomorrow because I have to do some things before I go to work. So I will most likely not have a show. But I will be back on Wednesday, okay? So love all of you. Hashtag Eagle Mag.